delighted to introduce Vince Ellison. He was born on a cotton plantation in Hayward County, Tennessee. Through hard work and a belief in Jesus Christ, his parents pulled him and 7 siblings out of poverty. His family started the Ellison Family Gospel Singing Group, where Vince sang and played multiple instruments as a young child and young adult. Vince worked for several years as a correctional officer in South Carolina, and then he ventured into the nonprofit arena. In 2000, Vince received the GOP nomination for the South Carolina 6th Congressional District. In 2019, he wrote The Iron Triangle and 25 Lies, which became Amazon's #1 bestsellers. Vince's new book, Crime Inc., will be coming out soon. And he has appeared numerous times on Hannity, The Laura Ingraham Show, Newsmax, OAN, and many other radio and television programs. Vince is also the producer and writer of the documentary, Will You Go to Hell for Me, that was released on February 24th. Vince is a member of Project 21 and has written numerous articles for American Greatness magazine, BizPackReview.com, and other publications. Let's give a warm Hawkeye welcome to Vince Ellison.
Well, hello! I am so happy to be here with you tonight. I heard y'all been kind of looking for me, right? Well, I'm here.
Thank you for coming and having a conversation with us today.
It's my pleasure. Thank you.
My question is, what are your thoughts on reparations?
Oh, man, it's Lucy moving the football on Charlie Brown. You're never going to get it. You know that song by En Vogue, you're never going to get it? Ever. It's putting the carrot in front of the horse to keep him moving, and he's never going to catch it. Look. All right, I'm going to give y'all something okay, I have a podcast, the Vince Ellison Show. Y'all should watch it. I did a podcast on reparations and on slavery being a choice. And I tell them that I believe slavery was a choice because in 1776, when we started the American Revolution, George Washington and the British gave black slaves, said you can have your freedom if you come fight. British said we'll give it to you. Americans said we'll give it to you. Some decided to fight. Some decided to stay on the plantation. Choice. War of 1812, same thing. You come fight, you get your freedom. Some came and fought. Some chose to stay on the plantation. Another choice. Mexican War, same choice. Come fight, get your freedom, or you can stay on the plantation. Chose to stay on the plantation. Civil War, same choice. Abraham Lincoln issues the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863. Told the black people down south, you're free, come fight for your freedom. 1% joined the Union Army. The rest stayed on the plantation, spit cotton, even though all of the men were going to fight for the Confederacy. Instead, they picked cotton to sustain the Confederacy, build the ramparts for the defense of the Confederate Army, and dug the ditches to try to help them defeat the Union Army. Another choice. After the Civil War, and this is where I get to your reparations, Homestead Act comes out, 1866. Says that you can have forget 40 acres in a mule, you can have 150 acres. It was first passed in 1863, but and only white men could use it. But in 1866, they applied it to free black men also. And that you would have 150 acres of land. If you only will go out and work it for 5 years, you have it forever. You could use the land as collateral for your mule and for your house. Less than 5,000 took them up on it, and they were called the exodusters. Then they did the Southern Homestead Act with the same thing. 150 acres of land if you'll just work it. Less than 5,000 took them up. They turned down the reparations. Turned them down. And here's the coup de grace. If you want your reparations, go to Gettysburg, where they're Union dead laying there dead. Go to Antietam, where they said it was raining lead while those young men were fighting to free the slaves. Go to Shiloh. Yeah, go to Vicksburg. Those are your real reparations. 600,000 Union dead to free you from slavery, while most of you decided to pick cotton to help the people that had you enslaved. So you just had an education, and when they come and ask you about reparations, that's what you tell them, all right? Point them out to Vicksburg. Point them out to Antietam. Tell them to go somewhere around where there are young men who died young and never had children and never had families, whose descendants were erased to give them their freedom. That's your reparations. And then you turn them down after the Civil War. And then these liberals are making fools out of these people by telling them, we're going to give you a check. One guy said it'll cost $23 trillion. America's only worth $23 trillion. You don't get, we're supposed to give the black people, the whole nation, everything. Google, X, Alphabet. It's ridiculous. And the fact that these people will listen to it and think that it is plausible shows you it's something wrong with them. It will never, ever, ever, ever happen. When Jesus come back, they can ask him for the reparations. I'm sure he'll have enough to give it to him. So, thanks for the question.
Mayhaps I could have got away on beat for you catching me. You remember that. You remember that all day. You killed me. You remember that. You killed me. Niggas like you just prove what the Peckerwoods say. We're just beasts, willing to do anything, kill each other. No mind, no feeling.
Shut up, nigger.
Leastwise, I ain't gonna die like you gonna die, like a slave. I ain't giving no lifetime of misery and sweat to this Peckerwood. I'd rather die than be a slave. You Peckerwood, that's right. You Peckerwoods was oppressed in your own land. We was free, and you brought us here, in chains. Well, now we here, and you just better know, this is just as much our land as it is yours. And after you hang me, kiss my ass.